He froze. The billionaire froze. No one had ever said something like that to him, especially not a trembling little girl in a wheelchair, her small fingers clutching the hem of her worn sweater. But she repeated it, her voice cracking. "Please, adopt my mom instead." And in that moment, everything in his carefully controlled life shattered. Mason Hale, a 43-year-old billionaire known for building empires, hadn't stepped into a community shelter since he was 14, since the night he lost his mother and was taken into the system. Wealth had built him walls, not healing. But when his late mother's friend invited him to sponsor a charity day, he forced himself to go. Smile, shake hands, donate a check, leave. That was the plan, until he saw her. A tiny girl, maybe 8, quietly wheeling herself to a corner, pushing a tray with shaking arms. Her wheelchair was old, squeaky, and she kept adjusting her leg braces as if they hurt, but she didn't complain. She only smiled at her mother, an exhausted woman in a faded uniform, wiping tables long after her shift was over. Something in that girl's smile punched straight through Mason's heart. Later, when she tried to roll her chair over a small carpet and got stuck, he instinctively rushed forward. "I'm okay," she said quickly, defensively. "I can do it. I don't want anyone to think I'm helpless." Mason knelt down. "Asking for help doesn't make you weak." She paused. "Maybe, but grown-ups leave if you need too much." Her eyes were older than any child's should be. "What's your name?" Mason asked softly. "Lena," she whispered. Mother Mia soon joined them, embarrassed, apologizing. She had kind eyes and the posture of someone who had carried the world's weight for so long she didn't know how to set it down. She recognized Mason, but she didn't fawn or gush. "If she bothered you, sir, I'm sorry she didn't," he said firmly. "I'd like to help." Mia's lips tightened. "Help is not free in this world," she said. "I've learned that enough." But he saw the fear in her eyes. Fear of being unable to pay rent, of losing her daughter's medical care, of working 3 jobs and still not affording a wheelchair that fit. Mason couldn't walk away. Over the next few weeks he returned, quietly volunteering, getting to know them. Lena talked endlessly about books, stars, and her dream of becoming a robotics engineer so no kid has to drag their wheels like I do. He laughed more in those weeks than he had in 20 years. But beneath every giggle Lena offered was a secret he couldn't uncover. One rainy afternoon the shelter announced layoffs. Mia tried to hide her shaking hands as she worked her final shift. Mason watched her struggling, while Lena perched in her wheelchair nearby, pretending to read. Then Mia collapsed, just dropped to her knees, dizzy from exhaustion and hunger. Lena screamed, "Mom!" Mason carried Mia to the staff room. Doctor later said she'd been starving herself to afford Lena's medications. Her body was shutting down. That night, while Mia slept, Lena cornered Mason, her face pale but determined. "Mr. Hale," she whispered, "I know who you are. I know you can help us. Everyone says rich people adopt kids, but please." Her voice cracked. "Please don't adopt me. Adopt my mom instead. She needs saving more than I do." Mason's breath caught. "Lena, you can give me a new wheelchair, a tutor, anything. But nobody hires my mom. Nobody sees her. She works till she breaks. She cries in the bathroom so I don't hear. She tells me someday everything will be okay. But someday never comes." Tears rolled down her cheeks. "She deserves a life. I don't want a new family. I want someone to take care of her." He crouched to meet her eyes. "I can help both of you," he said gently. But Lena shook her head stubbornly. "She won't accept charity. She's scared of rich people. You know why? 'Cause they take and take and take. She thinks they'll take me away." That single sentence shattered him, 'cause once, long ago, he'd felt the same, so he did something different. The next morning, he didn't appear with adoption papers. He appeared with a job contract. High-paying one, chief community coordinator for a philanthropic project. Housing included. Medical coverage. Full schooling support for Lena. When Mia saw the offer, she whispered, "I can't accept this. I'm nobody." Mason held her gaze. "You're someone who shows up even when life crushes you. It's the kind of person I want on my team." She burst into tears not because of the money, but because for the first time in years, someone believed in her. Lena rolled over and grabbed Mason's hand. "You did it," she whispered. "You saved her." Months passed. Mia flourished. Lena received a new wheelchair built by Mason's engineering team. They moved into a safe home. And slowly, Mason became something they'd never had before. Family. One evening after dinner, Lena wheeled up to him with her usual boldness. "Mr. Hale?" she said seriously. "I changed my mind." He raised an eyebrow. "You can adopt me now, but only if you adopt my mom too." Mia gasped, covering her face. But Mason smiled warm and heartfelt. "I'd be honored," he said softly. Lena threw her small arms around him. For the first time in decades, Mason felt the warmth of a home he thought he'd lost forever. The little girl who once offered to sacrifice her own happiness to save her mother discovered she had gained something even better. A father who chose both of them, a mother who finally believed she deserved happiness, and a family built not by wealth, but by love. Sometimes the greatest strength isn't pretending we don't need anyone, but in believing that we and the people we love deserve to be cared for. Thanks for watching.